Welcome to my Atari ST nostalgia trip, and in this video I'm gonna have a look back at the very first 16-bit game released by Cinemaware, and it is the beautiful Defender of the Crown. And in this game I play one of the Saxon knights in medieval England, and yeah, at that time the story is that the crown was stolen and the Saxons and Normans are sort of fighting each other over it. And on the box of the game, this game was actually advertised as an interactive movie. To be fair, I think that was a bit too ambitious to state it like that. But it is a very, very nice turn-based strategy game with lots of mini-games to add to the story and add to the action a little bit. So I still liked it a lot back in the day. And of course this game is best known for the, for that time, absolutely stunning graphics on both the Amiga and the Atari ST. And we had never seen anything that looked this good. Not even in the big arcade machines. It just looked absolutely stunning with like shading and lighting effects. It was so beautiful to watch, and it was still good to play. And I remember I was absolutely blown away by it in 1987. So yeah, without further ado, I think I should just start up the game and see how well I will do, because there is a certain amount of luck involved in the game. But yeah, let's not care about that. Let's see how much I like it this day compared to 1987. So let's start the game. It has this nice introduction screens to make it to give it a sort of cinematic feel. And even when this title screen came, I was already wowed with really nice color animation and I mean, I know it doesn't look like much nowadays, but back in that day, people were used to 8-bit graphics, and this was just so much better and so much more atmospheric. Yeah, it says copyright 1986, 1987. Of course, 1986 the Amiga version came, and the ports started coming in 1987, including this ST port. Yeah, which is the best version of the game to play actually. I mean, the Amiga version came out first to show that machine's graphical capabilities, but the really tight release schedule at the time also meant that some features had to be left out, and in the ports that came a bit later, like in 1987, a lot of those features actually were put back into the game. And yeah, in 1987, compared to all other systems on the market, including PCs, the graphics on the ST and Amiga were vastly superior. And even if the Amiga was a little bit better, it had a little bit more colors. The ST version of this game looks pretty similar to the Amiga version, but it has the extra options in it. So I would say if you are going to play the original versions of this game, play the Atari ST version, because the gameplay, the extras in the gameplay are actually something that are making it superior to the Amiga version, even if the graphics are just slightly, yeah, they're almost as good. It's just a slight difference, but I would say, yeah, play the ST version of the game. It's vastly superior to any other version that's on the market or has ever been on the market. But with that, it's time to choose a character to play. Let's go for Sir Wilfred of Ivanhoe. And he says, "Welcome, Sir Wilfred of Ivanhoe." And first, of course, we are in Sherwood Forest, and we visit our old friend Robin of Locksley, also known as Robin Hood. And yeah, he basically sort of tells the backstory of the game, which I'm not going to read out entirely. But Normans are assembling armies. Someone needs to fight back, and he says, "The struggle ahead is a task for younger men. Men like you," he says. So I guess thank you for the compliment, Robin. I mean, when this game came out, it was very true. Since I was only 13, now I'm 47. But thank you for making me feel sort of young. That's basically what this whole nostalgia trip is about. And Wilfred of Ivanhoe is now in the middle of England. You can see this is my home castle, and I can choose to buy an army to make my army a bit bigger. I can go raiding, so basically get some money from another castle. I can also go to seek conquest, and in this case my income is only 3 because I only have 1 patch of land. And of course I need to have a bit more, so let's make my army, I don't know, I only have 5 soldiers. And let's move into a land, hang on. Let's read the map to see which one. I think this one is mostly, yeah, Gloucester is usually, it's undefended, and it's actually, it has 7 pieces of gold. So that's actually quite valuable. It will increase my income by more than 3. And you can also send spies, but that's going to cost you money. So I'm going to move my army first into that territory to at least have a proper income. And you can see that some of the others are also moving their army. Except the red one and the light blue one. They probably chose to actually increase their army. But as you can see now, my treasure is 21, which means I can buy a lot more army. So I'm going to buy a catapult and then buy more soldiers. But of course, if you buy army, you can't move it. So yeah, it's a turn-based strategy game, as you can see. But my army is now bigger, and the other ones are just expanding to have more income. And in my case, I will just I will move my army again. I will move it home so I can transfer more men. And let's leave 3 at home, but also take the catapult and then move the army to here. And since this one didn't buy any army properly, probably, and then his army is here, let's cut him off. I'm not sure if it will work out, but let's try to cut him off. So I've cut his army off, and you can see that his army is only 1. There's almost nobody in his army, and I have no idea how many he left at home. But since I've cut him off, and his army is very busy in the south on the right side. And actually he's stuck in here. So I don't know how big my army is at the moment, but I can even try to attack him right now, because he probably didn't buy any catapults or anything. He was just conquering land to get more income. But if I defeat him here in this castle, these lands, everything will be mine. Yeah, let's do that. I hope. I have 9. Okay. I have 9 soldiers. It's not a lot. I don't have. I have 9 soldiers, and I think I have a catapult. Do I have a catapult? I forgot already. I am going straight into battle. And of course, the siege. I assemble my army and prepare for an arduous siege, and I must breach the castle wall. So the more wall I break, the more advantage I have. And he has only three soldiers in his castle. But yeah, I must destroy part of his wall first to actually get some. But this should be enough, and this means I can send in some Greek fire to kill some of his men. See, his army went from 2 to 3. So I think if I send off enough Greek fire with enough accuracy... Oh, I thought that wasn't enough, but apparently it is. So now he has no army left, and I can still send some more boulders. That one was too high. Okay. I have 1 day remaining. I keep sending the boulders too high. But it doesn't matter. He has no knights. No soldiers. So apparently I still lose 1 soldier for doing an attack. But yeah, the siege succeeds, and Sir Edmund the Grim is driven into exile, and all his territories are now yours. And of course the vassals are also immediately choosing my side. And also Sir Wulfric the Wild, so one of the other leaders has been destroyed. And of course, after collecting the taxes, your sheriff is waylaid by Norman rogues, which is annoying. I had an income of 32 and I lose half of it, which I really couldn't use at this time, because I think I really need to buy some army. And I will buy an extra catapult, and I'm going to buy lots of soldiers, because for some reason my knights usually seem to be quite useless. But I could have, yeah, I could have gotten so much more. But I have quite a lot of territory, so you can see right now my income is actually quite substantial. And I'm thinking, should I buy some castles? I am going to buy a castle for my most valuable piece of property, which is this one. That one is worth 7. And then of course my treasure is only 12. But I'm going to buy soldiers with the rest. Oh. Because yeah, okay, now he's attacking me at some point, so that I don't know how much that was worth actually. But now I can see conquest, and first I will probably have to move my army, and I think I can move it home because this whole corridor is available to me. But of course I have to transfer lots of men, and I'm going to leave, let's say I leave 5 soldiers at home, but I'm going to take 2 catapults, and then I'm going to move my army again. And here, this one seems pretty powerful. He has lots of land, which also gives me the risk that he has a really huge army. But since this is a video that shouldn't become too long, I am going for it. I am going for... he has returned with his army to defend his castle, so I am really curious how much men does he have. I fear it will be a substantial amount, so I'm not sure if this was the right move to make. But yeah, there's a siege, and of course I must really... Okay, I thought he would have a really huge army, and actually he doesn't. He has 6 men, which is almost nothing. Yeah, which is good for me. I mean, which means I can also... I can send a lot of Greek fire into to kill even more of his men. Yeah, let's send another Greek fire. And then I have 2 days left, so let's try to not mess up the boulders again, and that helped. That one was too high. That's a bit of a pity, but come on. I mean, yeah. See, in this game you have to get a little bit lucky. So he was just going for getting as much territory as he could. And the price he paid was his army was really absolutely tiny, which means look at that, I now own all of England almost. Of course, beating the other one is going to be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, the first thing I have to do is buy a shitload of army, I guess. So I'm going to buy another catapult. Do I need another castle? Nah, I'm not going for castles. I'm just going for a crazy amount of soldiers, probably. Am I? Yeah, I am just going to... I mean, it may not be the best tactic. Let's have one more catapult. Continue. Because, yeah, any land he now gets from me is going to... may cost me a lot, but my income is 55, which is just crazy. So I'm going to move my army, move it here, because I want to transfer as many men as I can. Yeah, my army is huge, so I shouldn't be too... I have an army of 100 and even more catapults. I really should. And it's a bit... because I can move my army into a different land. But actually, I also want to go raiding. So what do I do? Should I attack his castle? Because the going raiding actually... Oh, he's actually... I took a bit too long, apparently. Okay, I will give him some time, so I'm going to buy more army, which just means... What? Okay, he's getting those lands, so he's basically moving his army around like crazy. But I think I can beat him by just going here, because I think this is his original castle. So I have beat him right now in a big battle. But I actually want to... No, not sequel, sorry. I want to go raiding, just for the sake of it, because the graphics in going raiding look so beautiful. And I'm going to go here. So this is, tactically speaking, this is not a very good move. But I get my best swordsman. I'm going to raid Sir Reginald von de Boeuf. And the only reason I'm doing is to show off the graphics, because look at that. I mean, I know, and the right mouse button sort of defense. And I'm going in all aggressive to kill him. But I mean, look at these graphics. I mean, the whole this thing with like the sort of light effect around the torch, and it's. I know by today's standards it doesn't look like much, but seeing this in 1987, imagine going to this, and also look at the shadow effects. Come on, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I can move back and forth by using the mouse. Oh, and I will be very honest, I'm playing a hard drive version where you can basically make this raiding a lot more easy. But yeah, look at how beautiful this looks. I mean, in 86 or 87, this was just jaw-droppingly beautiful. Yeah, and I advanced in the chamber. Of course, going raiding means I earn another 35 pieces of gold. So basically, I have stolen. I have stolen a lot of. I mean, look at the amount of treasure, and yeah, I think I should buy a shitload of army at the moment. Oh, I bought too many. I didn't mean to buy that many knights. But yeah, right now, and he's putting castles everywhere. But I think I can. I now have so much. So I go to seek conquest and first head to my home castle to transfer a lot of men. And I'm probably not playing the game correctly. I bought too many knights, which is just which is really dumb. Can I move it like this? I can only, okay. Yeah, I can go to neighboring territories, but as long as I stay in my own territory. Ah, no, there's actually a number of moves I can do. But I got a huge amount of army, so I am going to attack his castle. And I'm not sure if it will be enough, but it's basically me against him, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's another siege. Okay, it's 115 against 11. And he has one knight against my... Oh, that was a bit too... Oh, I thought that was a bit too low, but... Still good. And I'm thinking, should I sort of fight his enemy army with... I'm gonna go for more borders. What? That was not enough. I'm doing it wrong. I have 3 days remaining, so... I'm sorry, I'm not very good with boulders and... What? Oh, I chose the wrong... I meant to fire Greek fire to kill some people and I accidentally chose a boulder. And I basically wasted lots of my boulders. But yeah, let's have a catapult barrage and then nice charge. Boom, there you go. So I don't really understand the tactics, but yeah, since my army now is so big, and it also means all his territories are mine, because I attacked his main castle, so all the other armies, he couldn't retreat. Which means I am a winner! Final victory! I have defeated the last enemy in the land, now it's time to crown a new king, a Saxon king. And of course Robin will be there. I never asked for Robin's help even. Yeah, and I have memories of the old king. The crowd is alive and with whispers, a repeated phrase that races to the The crown has been found! And Robin has produced the crown as if by magic. Which basically means he probably stole it in the first place to give to the poor, but yeah, I can forgive him. And yeah, they guarded it. So it wasn't even, at least it wasn't going to the Normans. And the ceremony begins that makes me the King of England. Look at that! So I'm wearing a crown, the other guy is wearing this religious symbol, so we are in sort of who can wear the most silly hat competition. I think the bishop is sort of winning that one. Yeah, and Robin Hood and Friar Tuck are apparently there. And it's the end of the game. And I am really pleased I actually won the game, because it makes me look like a good gamer, which I really am not. Oh, that is so cool. And of course, after you win the game, you are basically, yeah, that's the end of it. You are sent back to the menu where you can choose another character to play another game. I'm not going to do that because I probably played it for long enough, and I feel genuinely pleased. I mean, even if I would lost the game, I would still have probably liked it a lot. I mean, it's so nice to look back at these historically very significant games. This is like really the first sort of cinematographic, that's a difficult word, game back in the day that looked absolutely magnificent, but still the gameplay was also very good. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, the historical significance with this one, of course, is mostly for the time back groundbreaking graphics, but the gameplay was okay. It wasn't great, but it was kind of good. And yeah, at the same time, the gameplay is where it falls a little bit short nowadays. It is too much luck involved. I mean, you either have all of the other lords attacking you one at a time, and then it's no way to win. And sometimes you get lucky that they are mostly attacking each other, and then you can also build your own army. And I think this play was sort of in between. But in the end, I think I got a little bit lucky to be able to build a really big army without him attacking me, and then basically attacking his own castle where he didn't leave any soldiers, and then immediately getting all of his land, which probably is not very realistic, but it's, I don't know, playing it today still feels really cool, because you know you are playing something that was truly representative of the giant technological leap that 16-bit microcomputers represented back in those days. I mean, it makes me happy about living the decades I lived, from the birth of the first available micro to the present day, with seemingly unlimited possibilities when it comes to great games. And I can enjoy the zenith of games nowadays, because I know where it all came from. And yeah, with that wisdom, I would really like to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. And I hope the next game will feel as great as this one. Thank you for watching.